All right, totally psyched to be bringing you something completely new from EMG today. This is going to be really awesome. I've known about it and had it in-house for a little bit, but now that the cat's out of the bag, as it were, I can finally open my big mouth about it. I've got the E5W set here, and of course there's an E4W, E6W, goes by the number of strings, kind of self-evident there. But what I'm going to do is play a couple things here with nothing on it, no drums behind it, really dig into the tone and talk why this is different. Now, this is EMG's big jump into a form factor that I know has been requested from them for a long time. And they're finally getting into it, and it's a fantastic offering. These fit into what's called the M4 size. A lot of other builders have been using them for a while, but I think they wanted to do something completely new coming out of this. And what I mean by that is in different form factors from EMG, we've gotten, you know, like the a P bass in a soapbar shape, or you can get it in the split coil normal, or getting a J maybe stacked in like a Music Man housing. You can get it in different shapes and combinations, but it's the same sauce with some slight variations to it, but you always knew what model EMG you were getting. This is not just a new shape, it's a completely new sound. Doesn't sound like any of their other offerings. And I know your first question, well, is it kind of like a P? Maybe a little. Kind of like a J? Maybe a little. Bucker? It's definitely a secret sauce going in there. And when I show you the schematics, I think you'll get it. These are big, and to me, I think the operative word is muscular. There's the full range is covered, and it's really dynamic, but it brings some just push that I don't think maybe you might get from a traditional J or something like that. So let's talk about signal chain here real quick so you know exactly what you're hearing. I'm going to give you some samples right here. No preamp, no EQ, no nothing. What I've got is the E5s inside of a close Apollo 5 custom bass. Very lovely setup there. I do have on board a BQS preamp system from EMG, but it is set completely flat, no coloration whatsoever. So even though it's got a preamp on it, you're going to hear it just exactly as if you're hearing the pickup straight out, no EQ. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to hear was, of course, just straight in two pickups. How do they sound 50-50? So let's start from there, and then we'll check out each pickup. So again, I usually go for the depth of the beat, and the harmonics is my test of how's the separation, how's the clarity, how's the dynamics level, and you can hear that just, that's deep. And it's got a very chiming, open type of tone, but it doesn't lose that thick bottom end. You're not having to pick one or the other. So this is why I say it's different and it's new. It's got something of its own going on. To me, it feels like the mids are in a completely different balance than what I'm used to from EMG. And it's a really great sound. You know, just thunder coming from underneath of there, and this is a 34 scale neck, and just sounds tight as a button, really well articulated. These things are picking it up fantastic. So let's hear, just in neck position, what it sounds like, and a lot of the times you can get a P-ish sound out of a lot of pickups just by dialing it in. Let's see if this does the same thing. So front pickup all the way in. kind of P-ish, but I think you're starting to hear what I was saying, in that there's a characteristic all its own. It's not following kind of their traditional sauce on what I'm used to hearing out of a EMG P-esque type of sound. Very clear, not J-ish, not P-ish. It's all E series, something completely new. Let's check out the back here. If you've played EMGJs before, you know they have a really characteristic sound. This isn't it. It's something new. So I think you are kind of getting at this point what I'm talking about when I say that these have a total new sonic character put together. See, set right at the middle. It's got just enough crisp, just enough of that nasal honk that we kind of want coming from the bridge back here, and then that thick guttural punch, but with clarity coming out of the front. So I think it pretty much says it all. I don't have to go too far into it, but let's take a look last up at a little bit of the architecture going on here. Now, this is the paperwork that comes with it, and you can see what they've done here is it is just a massive coil and magnet setup. This thing is built to bring the thunder. So again, it's a different design architecture, something really new. And if you know anything about how magnets and coil stacks affect the sound of things and their output, you know you're looking at something that's got some heft to it. But I'm really enjoying this one. I was really excited when I got these in-house because, as you guys know, I've been using EMG for years. And they have so many different flavors and things. I'm always messing around with them. And this was just completely new and out of the blue, and something I know I'm going to be toying with quite a while. So what I'd like to know is down in the comments, do you feel like this gives you an answer to some basses that maybe aren't happy with the tone, that have that M4 size, and now there's an EMG answer to it? You can finally get that tone and clarity and everything you want from them in that size. And do you think it's something that you might look at as a new option? Because as far as I know, they're probably going to be able to be done straight from the factory from a brand like Close. I know they've teamed up with EMG recently, and you could probably get a set laid in there if you're getting a custom bass like this one. So hit me up down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the different tones. Again, you know, tapping, pick, everything I did there in the beginning. I thought all of them were great, and just this center, no preamp, no. Just sounds gorgeous. You almost don't want to put a preamp on top of it, but you know I'm gonna, and you're gonna hear more of these on the channel. And you'll also be seeing something more about this bass coming up with these in it. So I will see you down in the comments. Thanks for checking these out with me, and I will see you on the next one.